Hey YouTubers, it's the Copycat Gardener here again doing another video for you guys. So just want you guys to enjoy this beautiful scenery. I love seeing green. I love seeing green. Green leaves makes me happy. Today is Saturday. It's the 27th of June, I believe, or 26th, something like that. I lost track of days, man. But here in Zone 7B, so I'm just doing a video for you. Today's video is titled Sex, Pollen, and Neem Oil. Sounds very kinky, huh? What are we gonna do with those? So, uh, want to show you guys. Let's get right into it. I'm a very fast progressor, so let's do this. So today, what I want to show you guys is let's talk about sex. Yeah, I'm not so much of a great singer, but back in the '80s, they had this group called Salt and Pepper. So they used to talk about let's talk. They sang this song. Let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about sex. Well, I'm not a great singer, so don't criticize me. But today's video is I want to show you guys some of my plants. This particular plant is called butternut squash. Right, so this butternut squash has been producing some flowers for the last week or so. So we have to pollinate the flowers so you can get vegetables. So today we want to talk about sex and all about what plants do when it comes to sex. So the bees have been helping me. As you can see, the bees have helped me pollinate one of the female flowers, and I'm able to get some vegetable out of it. Today I want to show you how to hand pollinate your flowers. So if you don't have bees in your neighborhood, if you're in New York like me, you don't have a lot of bees, you can do it yourself. No big deal. So I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna show you. This is a male flower. So now female flowers and also male flowers, they're both the same color. All right. But the difference, this is the main difference. The bottom of the flower, see how the bottom from here to the stem, see how it's just straight? There's no miniature vegetable looking thing right here where my thumb is. So this is a male flower. All right, that's how you recognize a female from a male. Male flowers, they just go from flower to stem, like here. All right, same thing like this one. This is a male flower, flower to stem. That's a male flower. A female flower, on the other hand, would look like this. See how it goes flower, then you have something like a vegetable, and then the stem. So that's a female flower. All right, male flower, okay, female flower, male flower, female flower. All right, so just to give you an idea, so if you're gonna notice on your plants, you're gonna notice that you're gonna end up with a lot of male flowers than females, and such is the world. You end up with a lot of males and not a lot of females. And if there's no bees to help you do the job, then you got to do it yourself. So very simple. This is what you do. Get a paintbrush. All right. Not bigger than this. This should be about the biggest because you want to go inside of the flower. So the idea is you go into the male flower, you poke the male flower, get the pollen to go onto the bristles of your brush, and then you transport it to the female flower. You understand? So I'm going to show you how that process works. So let's take a male flower. This, right? This is a male flower. So we're going to go inside of the male flower. Hey, look, I got some ants in there. Alright, so they're basically hunting for sugar within the flower. They're not going to be transplanting any pollen to the female flower. So they're not really my helpers. So this is what you do. And I'm going to try to get the camera as close as possible so you can see this. Okay? You go into the male flower with your brush. And let's see how best I can do this. And you swirl the brush around in there on that, what's called a stamen, right? You swirl it around and try to get some of the pollen that's in there. Now, once you get some pollen on your brush, all right, once you get some pollen, I don't know if it can zoom in properly, but once you can get some pollen on your brush, you go over to the female flower. So I'm going to go over to the female flower now, like so. And you're going to hand, basically what it's called, hand fertilizing, okay? So you're going to open up, be gentle with the female flower. Open it up. Sorry, my hand is shaking, moving. Trying to do all this with one hand is not easy. The leaves are in the way too. So you get the brush and you basically do this. So you're taking the pollen from the male flower. This is the female flower that you're looking at right now. And you're putting the pollen onto the female flower. So this will fertilize this female flower. And once it's fertilized, this will become a vegetable. Follow the concept, guys? So that's sex and pollen. That's the whole theory. Now, the last step is you're going to always end up with bugs in your garden. And your bugs will be eating the leaves off of your plant. So I've seen a few of my plants, they started getting bug bites. They seem to love eating the leaves on the plant. So this variety of plant is eggplant. It's a striped eggplant. So go to your pharmacy, get a bottle of neem oil, put it in a spray bottle like so with water. Fill the bottle up with water. Take a couple of teaspoons of neem oil, at least about maybe 2 or 3 teaspoons of neem oil. Drop it into the bottle, shake it up like so. Make sure it's very shaken up and it's this color, it's not clear color. So, and then you just start spraying the leaves. So neem oil is not dangerous to the plant. Okay, neem oil is not dangerous for your plant at all. It would not destroy your plant if you spray directly, like what I'm doing. It would not destroy the leaves of your plant. So feel free to spray the leaves, spray the base of the plant, the soil around the plant. feel free to do that. If you guys are growing directly out of your garden, in the ground, I mean, do the same thing. Spray your soil. It will basically, those harmful pests, when they smell the neem oil, it's like a natural pest remover. It's a repellent. Sorry, it's a natural pest repellent. So they smell it and they're like, that don't smell good. Let me leave. Let me move on somewhere else. So, do this with your plants and you'll be surprised. It works. It works. So I'm gonna spray this down with all my plants, the ones that I see that are being eaten. And I don't seem to have a huge pest problem, but my tomatoes are okay. My tomatoes, nobody's eating it. So, but I do see some blight on this one, so I might have to remove some of those stems that have the blight. But that's a different issue. That's not a pest problem. I give credit to my wife. If she's watching this video, look at her plants. Wow, it's very beautiful. I give all credit to her for her plants. She planted this herself. And also she helped me plant all of this stuff. I didn't do this by myself, so don't think that I have the green thumb. I think she has more of the green thumb than I do. She was basically the one that helped me plant all of this into the buckets, So, yeah. As far as the trellis, last video I didn't get a chance to explain about the trellis, so I'm just gonna do a quick, brief introduction for the trellis. It's basically cattle panel. I believe it's 4-inch by 4-inch squares, and I took 2 T-posts, put them on each side of the cattle panel like so. Hammer it into the ground, the T-post, and then I took wire zip ties and I zip tie it to the cattle panel. So these vine stuff, the squashes, the pumpkins, the cucumbers, etc. They can all vine them their way up the trellis. I've seen other gardeners do an arch, and it looks pretty good. My thing with cattle panel in New York is that, hey, it doesn't exist. All these cattle panels are being sent to the Midwest and the southern part of the United States. The Home Depots, the Lowe's in New York, they don't carry cattle panels, unfortunately. I don't know why. Maybe there's no cattle. New York is a city, so why would they need cattle panel, right? Hence the word cattle. So, where did I get these from? Well, the previous owner of my house, he basically left it in the yard. God knows what he was doing. Maybe he had a construction job or something, but he left it, and I made use of it. So that's it for the cattle panels and my hedge. What do you guys think of my tomatoes? Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. But what do you think about the tomatoes? They're looking beautiful now. I had out of 12 tomatoes in buckets, 12 buckets of tomatoes. I started back in February inside of the house, and brought them out in, I would say, late April, because the weather was turning good. And out of the 12, guess what? 2 of them survived. 2, counted, man, 2. These 2 right here. These are Italian Italian Roma tomatoes. So I had 10 dead tomato plants by the end of April. So yeah, it's a work in progress. These 2 survived. I was able to get a greenhouse up, and that greenhouse in that corner over there. I was able to get that up within a few days. My wife helped me 2 days, and um, this was the beginning April, May. This was May. I was able to get that up. So these two were able to be salvaged. So that's my story of the tomatoes. Here, my wife planted some more flowers. Beautiful, beautiful flowers. Love it, absolutely love it. So here I have some more tomatoes coming up too. These are also Roma tomatoes. I restarted from seed. Um, they are, they're about maybe 3 to 4 inches and maybe more. At least 3 to 5 inches in length. So they're coming up. I started those and these two over here. These two buckets, also Roma tomatoes. I started about maybe 2 weeks ago from seed, so they're coming up. Maybe in another month, 2 months, I should be able to be picking tomatoes from it. So that's the story of New York. So the neem oil I was telling you guys about, you can apply neem oil, being that it's not harmful to the plant. You can apply neem oil at least once a week, depending on how big is your pest problem, or at least maybe every 3 days, depending if you don't see any results. If you have listen, if you have a huge pest problem and they are eating up your leaves, do it at least. Take the neem oil, spray it on, every, do applications at least every 2 days for about a week and a half to 2 weeks. If you don't see anything that's helping, you know, then uh, you need to speed up your applications on the neem oil. But neem oil does help. It does, you know, take away a lot of pests from your plants. These are my potato plants. This is golden potatoes. So I don't know what's wrong with this one particular bucket. The leaves are starting to turn brown already. I was expecting the leaves to turn brown by the end of uh, um, fall, maybe, or beginning of fall, maybe. But I don't know, for some odd reason, that particular bucket is not looking too great. It's only been about 2 months, maybe 2.5 months it's been inside that bucket. So we'll see. I've been watering. I'm giving it water, so should be looking okay. My blueberries coming up nice too. Starting to see a lot of blueberries on there, so I can't wait to harvest some of those. This one plant, I don't know what's going on with it. This was the plum. I'm sorry, the dwarf Italian plum that I got from Home Depot, and nothing coming up from it. Looks like it's probably dead at this point. This one is a cherry tree. This one is coming up good. The pears, the apples, they're all coming up good. So my banana plant, got some more vining stuff here. This is bush beans, the purple bush beans, and also the 90-day green bush beans. They've been growing in the greenhouse, so I've been able to pick some bush beans over the past couple of weeks. So that was a real treat. These don't require bees; they're just self-pollinators. They pollinate themselves, and you're able to get beans in a very short period of time. Can you imagine 90 days and 90 days or less? Because I saw within 2 months, which is 60 days, I was able to start picking bush beans. So if you guys want to try it, yeah, it's really a neat project. It's very simple, you know. That one is my grapevine. That's going pretty good. So that's it, guys. Here are the peppers. the roll peppers, weary peppers. I got ginger coming up, very nice too in these pots. Eggplants and bell peppers over there behind the tomatoes. Those are bell peppers. Those are also serrano peppers. I got cucumbers, squashes, pumpkins. It's gonna vine its way up. Pear tree. Got some pears coming up there too. And that's it. I forgot this corner of the yard. Sometimes my attention just gets. So over here I got what's called long bean. It's Guyanese people call it bora, but it's long beans. So I got that coming up. A couple of them coming up over there as well. And behind it I got what's called broad beans. Guyanese people call it same. So planted those from seed directly into the ground. They're coming up really beautiful. I would say by August, which is maybe another month from now, I should be able to start harvesting those. And very in this small corner of the yard, I got bancarilla. Hey, look, I got a flower. Oh wow, I didn't see that yesterday. Interesting. Very pretty flower. So that's what is carilla? Carilla is it's bitter melon, as the Americans call it, bitter melon. But this is the bush variety, so this would not grow. The biggest size, the size of it, when you harvest, is probably maybe 2 inches, 2 to 3 inches in length. That's the biggest it will grow. But this is a bush variety, which I really wanted to try. And yeah, it's taking off. Look, it's climbing its way up the trellis right now. I even got a flower, which is awesome. So whatever I'm doing, it's working. And that's it, guys. That's it for the yard tour again. Just giving you an update. So today's topic was sex, pollen, and neem oil. So now you know about sex, you know all about sex, and you can sing the song with me. And you know about pollen. Pollen is what the male flower gives off to fertilize the female flower. The bees are the ones that carry the pollen from the male flower to the female flower, so that's where you get all your vegetables and fruits from. And the neem oil is to, keep the pests away. So that's it, guys. If you like the video, of course, hit the like icon. If you want to subscribe, hit the bell icon and leave a comment. I appreciate comments. I try to reply back to your comments as soon as possible. So if you guys have questions or you want to give me feedback, maybe you don't think I'm doing something the right way, then no problem. I'm not a perfect gardener, and I would appreciate any comments, any feedback you guys think that I should be trying a little bit differently or something like that. But, let me know. All right, peace out. Until the next video.